students, yesterday you have learnt about Ohm's law, which was V is equal to I R. This R is resistance here. Now today we will discuss about the factors affecting the resistance of a conductor. First factor, it is length. The resistance of the conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Means if we increase the length, resistance will also increase, and if we decrease the length, resistance will also get decreased, or you can say if we double the length, resistance will also get doubled. Okay, I am giving this equation number 1. Now second factor, area of cross section. Area of cross section of the conductor section. The resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Means if we increase the area, resistance will get decrease, or you can say if we double the area, resistance will get half. Okay, or area can also be written as pi r square, so we can write like this also, r is inversely proportional to pi r square. From here we can say that resistance is inversely proportional to the square of radius or diameter of the substance. Third factor is nature of the substance, nature of the conductor. Here the resistance also depends on the nature of the conductor. For example, if we take a nichrome wire and a copper wire, so we will see that the resistance of nichrome wire is 60 times more than that of copper wire. Okay, next is temperature. Next factor is temperature. The resistance of an substance or a conductor increases with temperature, with increase in temperature, or it decreases with decrease in the temperature. Okay, give this equation number 2. Now we are combining the equation 1 and 2. Combine equation 1 and 2. We will get, as we know that equation 1 is r is directly proportional to L, and second equation was r is inversely proportional to A. After combining these two equations, we get r is directly proportional to L by A. Okay, now when we remove a proportionality sign, we get a constant, so it will become r is equal to rho L by A. This rho is a constant and it is known as resistivity. Okay, this rho is a constant and this constant is known as resistivity. Okay, now we will define resistivity. For that we will again write the formula, that was r is equal to rho L by A. Now rearrange this formula, it will become rho is equal to r A by L. Okay, now take this area of cross section as 1 meter square and length as 1 meter. It will become rho is equal to r multiplied by 1 by 1, or you can say rho is equal to r. So from here we can define the resistivity as resistivity of a substance is equal to the resistance the resistance of the resistance of the rod of the substance resistance of a rod of the substance having 1 meter length and 1 meter square area of cross section. For example, copper wire. Its resistivity is 1.69 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. Okay, means if we take a copper wire having 1 meter length and 1 meter square area, then its resistance will be 1.69 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 8 ohm. Okay, now unit of resistivity. For this we will again write the formula of resistivity. Rho is equal to R A by L. Now unit of resistance is ohm. Unit of area, SI unit of area is meter square, meter multiplied by meter, upon unit of length, meter. Meter cancel, so it becomes ohm meter. So the unit of resistivity is ohm meter and it is denoted as ohm meter. Okay, now some facts about resistivity. Resistivity of silver is least, means it is the best conductor of electricity because it provides least resistance to the electric current passing through it. Resistivity of aluminium and copper are also less, so they are also good conductors of electricity, that's why they are used as electric wires. Okay, now some facts about alloys. For this, take this notes. Alloys. Resistivity of alloys are much more higher than their constituent metals from which they are made. Means alloys have high resistivity than their constituent metals. For example, manganese. Manganese is an alloy of copper, manganese and nickel. Okay, and this manganese has 25 times more resistivity than that of copper. Second example, nichrome. Nichrome is the alloy of nickel, chromium, iron and manganese, and this nichrome has 60 times more resistance than that of copper. Okay, and due to this reason, nichrome is used for making the heating elements of electrical appliances like electric iron heaters, water heaters, toasters, etc. Okay, thank you. This is all for today.